course, the meeting for you, we're going to convey the message for the meeting to the speaker. Then we can be able to sit, as leadership of the house to come up with a schedule of the meeting with the delegation. So that's what we did yesterday. And I expected there.
Okay, folks, it's another brand new day. Today is Thursday, the 10th day of April 2025. Good morning, a pleasant welcome to the program The Blaze on Blaze 90.7. We cannot solve problems with the kind of thinking we employed when we came up with them. So stay away from people. Those people who try to disparage your ambitions. Small minds will always do that, but great minds will give you the feeling that you can become a great too. And so when you give joy to all of people, you get more joy in return. You should give a good thought to the happiness that you can give out. So when you change your thoughts, remember to change also your word. Well, way to say good morning, a pleasant welcome to the program The Blaze on Blaze 90.7. I'm here along with Mason Mendy. My name is Alexander says Konyene and Daybreaks different in Liberia, anything is possible. We're driving through straight up to 10 o'clock this morning on this morning's edition of the program The Blaze. So just before we start giving you an update on what has happened, what is to happen, and what is happening today, let me just inform you that the Blaze Cash giveaway is on. Today is Thursday, and of course, the code for yesterday continues today, *799 *60#. Make sure you have 200 LD or $1.50 US on your mobile money account. Make sure you are a Lone Star Cell subscriber. You stand a better chance of winning $10,000 this morning. *799 *60# is the code for today. Mandy, good morning.
Good morning, Alex. Let me say good morning to all of you following the breakfast show this morning. You know, it's always good to be here to discuss training national issues and issues related to the growth and progress of Liberia. So let me say good morning to our regular listeners. You're always glued to your radio in the morning to listen to the program, The Blaze on Blaze Radio. So it's good to be here, at least once again, and on the Thursday edition of the program, The Blaze on Blaze Radio.
Of course, and we are here again to let you know what has happened. And of course, I was here yesterday. So Mandy is here today with the weather report. Tell us exactly what is today's weather.
Okay, so now begin with the weather report for the Thursday edition of the program, The Blaze on Blaze Radio. So, as usual, we'll begin with from Monrovia, if you will, Montserrado County. So the weather in Montserrado County is sunny with 89% chance of rain. The temperature is at 74 degrees Celsius, and the wind speed is at 3 meters per hour. And so now move to Margibi County to bring you the weather report for folks there in Kakata. And so the weather in Margibi County is clouded with 90% chance of rain. The temperature is at 75 degrees Celsius, and the wind speed is at 4 meters per hour. And so we go to Grand Bassa County, Buchanan, to bring you the weather report. And so the weather in Grand Bassa County is mostly clouded with 88% chance of rain. The temperature is at 76 degrees Celsius, and the wind speed is at 2 meters per hour. So the weather in Montserrado, you know, is sunny. Margibi County is clouded, and Grand Bassa is mostly clouded. We now go to Western Liberia, Grand Cayman County. And so the weather in Grand Cayman County is partly clouded with 89% chance of rain. The temperature is at 77 degrees Celsius, and the wind speed is at 3 meters per hour. And so moving now to Bomi County, the weather in Bomi County is also partly clouded with 89% chance of rain. The temperature is at 77 degrees Celsius, and the wind speed is at 3 meter per hour. So usually Grand Cape Mount County and that of Bowman County, usually have the same weather statistics here on your breakfast show. So go to Central Liberia now, Bon County. And so the weather in Bon County is mostly clouded with 92% chance of rain. The temperature is at 75 degrees Celsius and the wind speed is at 4 meter per hour. And so we'll now go to Lofa County and then we'll conclude with Nima. And so the weather in Lofa County is sunny with 90% chance of rain. The temperature is at 76 degrees Celsius and the wind speed is at 2 meter per hour. We'll now go to Nima County to know what is like for folks there in sunny Korea. And so that's the weather in Nima County is clouded with rain expected at 7 p.m. today. The chance of rain is at 94%. The temperature is at 76 degrees Celsius and the wind speed is at 3 meter per hour. So far so good, Alex. Nima County, has the highest when it comes to the chance of rain today. The weather there is cloudy with rain expected at 7 p.m. on today. 94% chance of rain for folks there. And Monserrado, the lowest 89, for the weather statistics on today. So that's it. That does it for the weather report on the Thursday edition of the program that plays on Bliss Radio.
Okay, so the weather report on this program is regular feature, and so anytime will come here, make sure let you know about the day's weather as we go on. And so, folks, please be with us as we are here to drive you through into some of the things that has happened and that is happening and some of what will be happening. So let's flip through our agenda for today, and we are about to start with the update from some of the information, and then we will take one as usual to have the discussion. So we have this entity called RTR International is a U.S. government contractor operating in Liberia. So two of these entities' employees have accused the organization of violating Liberian labor laws by refusing to honor fixed-term contracts and pay benefits owed them following the premature termination of their project. That's according to them. So Hawan Jefferson Kruer, who served as a value chain marketing and competitiveness specialist, he said, despite the early termination of the project, the law is clear. And RT International is obligated to pay us until the end of our contracts. This includes salaries up to June 9, 2025, prorated 13th month pay, and any accrued unused annual leave. So the two of them are requesting further benefits from this entity because the entity has allegedly terminated their contracts. So we hope to see how that goes too as well. And Senator Amara Cannon of Bapulu County, and he's also chairman of the Public Accounts and Audits Committee of the Liberian Senate, addressed partnerships for Anti-Corruption Global Forum held in Washington, D.C. So in his message, the senator outlined a comprehensive organizational analysis framework that examines institutions through key lenses, that's strategic or structural, political, and cultural lens. So he's currently in the US, and yesterday was the day that he addressed the forum. It is a forum for anti-corruption globally. And so the next thing we have to talk about, and this is what we want us to go through this morning. I think yesterday we were here with this issue of the Supreme Court delaying the ruling, the pending ruling, or their own opinion with regards to the bill of information that has been argued already. So I had a little problem yesterday, and I said, why is it that the Supreme Court is kind of delaying? We are going to 3 weeks now since the argument. What is holding this this whole ruling? What is holding it? Let's just do this quick. God said yesterday, I said, if someone will have to cry,
They didn't cry.
let the person cry.
Exactly.
If someone will have to complain, let the person complain. If someone will have to rejoice,
They
let the
didn't
person rejoice. Say what you have to say and just cut the case once and for all. If someone will not like to sit down or sit under the gavel of another person, that means that you're godful. You have to give chance to others to come in the picture.
Well, it is the issue of security too is very important. Someone will feel that if I come out and say this, my security concern. I mean, there's a need that I be protected. So I think these are some of the things that trying to delay the Supreme Court coming out, but we just wanted to be very blunt. We want them to come out and be bold, to the public and to lawmakers. Tell them if they are right, say you are right. If another group is wrong, say you are wrong. And then we can move on. Yeah,
Okay, so Supreme Court, we discussed it lengthily yesterday, and of course, even citizens themselves are concerned about this delay. And we also said it that value information in the public. We said we cannot dignify for now until the executive mansion itself comes in the public to make it clear.
yeah,
Until then, it's just information that is circulating as regards to the president's involvement. If I requesting the Supreme Court 2 weeks to get involved.
you know.
So for me, like I said yesterday, it's just all about propaganda. Once it is information from the public, they're fine. But again,
There's no source for that, Alex.
so
It's unconfirmed.
people always say according to our source.
Yeah.
So, folks, coming at 9 o'clock, we will have in studio with us the co-chairperson of the Bond County Council. She's also women representative to the council. She's Marvelyn Lepokoy. She will be in studio with us to discuss Bond County in totality, especially recent plan by the council to allot $128,000 to renovate the presidential palace. So there were about 9 persons that voted, but she's one of the 2 that voted against.
Wow.
Yeah, and 7 persons voted for. So while she voted against, we have
Yeah,
asked
we
her.
need to get some.
Yeah, we have asked her to be here in studio. That's coming at 9 o'clock. But let's flip to something quick this morning, and we saw a communication from the director of the Executive Protection Service, Sam Gay, threatening legal action against Eugene Lenangbe, the chief of staff to ex-president George Weah, over what's a term as defamatory and baseless accusations made recently during his appearance on OKFM. When Eugene appeared, he alleged that he had been informed
Okay.
of a photograph depicting Mr. Gay, that is EPS director, pointing a gun at the head of former President Weah. That the accusation he made on OKFM that he spoke for long.
Yeah.
So this information, it caught the attention of EPS director Sam Gay and that of his lawyer. He's been represented by Councillor Kabina Jane. I say, Councillor Jana, he's former associate justice, so he's a lawyer to many.
Okay.
Yeah, he's also representing suspended and yet also dismissed Director General of the National Fishery and Agricultural, that's Emma Glasgow. So he's also representing Emma Glasgow at the ECOWAS court, and they found that 10 million United States dollars lawsuit against the government. So Kabila Janda has given Eugene Nangbe a 48-hour ultimatum to publicly retract what he describes as defamatory allegations made against the director of the Executive Protection Service, Semige.
You
But
know,
it's yeah,
I mean, the issue of people coming out and saying things. I mean, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but I don't know if he have evidence of what he's saying. I mean, pointed gun to the head of the former president for what reason? He should be out to be able to outline them. Then the public can be able to know the detail, but just saying it out. But let's see how things go. Yeah, let's see how things go.
yeah. So sometimes, and we did not see that, but he is saying that he has a graphic photo. He had a photograph.
So it means that you already have evidence.
Yeah, he has a photograph seeing the EPS director pointing gun at the former president.
When was that photo taken? Was
That
this
we don't know.
recent? I mean, he should be able to come out and disclose all of these things, man. Not to just keep the public, and people coming out, to go after him, like calling him, to
Yeah,
retract the
so
statement.
sometimes we have to, like he said, he has evidence until the evidence is proven.
Yeah,
That's why I always say whenever I come on this show, whether former or current, we are all Liberians. No matter the circumstance, it cannot, especially former president to be involved with this, where you're accusing the EPS director of pointing a gun. What was the situation that
I mean,
sparked that? So we know that after election, there are misfeelings.
yeah, so many of.
So when you're doing, if now you are in opposition, when you're doing constructive engagement, bringing out constructive intellectuals, in fact, you have to just be checkmating government.
That's all.
Their lapses, what they promise to do and they are not doing, have to be discussing. But I don't think someone will have to go after another person's life, especially in Liberia here. And when these statements are made in the public, it's not just in one corner, but it's sitting on national radio where the whole world follow. You make the kind of statement. The first thing, the picture it will show out there.
Yeah.
Especially with the involvement of former president, that current EPS director will have to point a gun at a former president. Under what circumstance?
How's the reason and when this entire thing happened?
So the statement, you have to say some things. Maybe sometimes you say something that will not be on your plate.
Yeah.
but you want for people to believe that, oh, we are in opposition, we are not safe, this current government is that this is after us, or all of that. But all we need in this country is peace. Because if you make the kind of statement, and the former president who has his own supporters, the party members as well, will have issue. If you say this in the public, citizens who don't understand or who have no evidence will just have to come out to start making statements too, because you are more of like a lead in the party.
Yeah.
You are serving as a chief of staff to ex-president George Weah.
People look up to you.
People
you know.
believe in you.
Yeah. Your own analysis. People being
You
your
have
opinion.
followers. People believe in you just as others believe the other people as well.
Yeah.
So if you're making the kind of statement, you should be very careful how you're making the statement. First thing you should consider, how my people will see this. How am I going to explain this to my people so that they can take any action? Because by the time you start making a statement about someone that was just in power and is no longer in power, he has his own supporters, his party has supporters as well. Anything that comes from the current government, contrary to their own belief, it will sound somehow to them and they'll have to take action.
Exactly.
And that will bring another problem. So people should be very careful with the kind of statement they make in the public.
I mean, it is. I mean, small. We are not saying that the Eugene, who served in a very cardinal role, for the CDC and also working along with the former president. We're not saying that he is like trying to falsify information, but when you are on public platform, I mean, and this is a message to opposition. I mean, don't go on public platform and try to say things that will, try to derail, the peace, or I mean, the peace of this country. Don't go and say things that would not be conformative to I mean, the issue of unity and togetherness. You should be able to outline this government. I mean, you promised the Liberian people SYZ. You are not going by it. You are diverting your plans. There's a need that you go by it because they elected you. The government is doing SYZ things that is not correct. I mean, you have a huge number of population that are not employed. The government needs to do SYZ. But accusing someone, I mean, of pointing a gun to the head of a former president, I mean, this is very huge, Alex, and that's why I try to ask. There's a need and come out to tell us when this entire incident occurred, at what occasion, and we hope to see the images as well, because there is something of national concern. Do you know that the statement could even try to destroy the image of the EPS? Even the guy he accusing, same guy. People will see him as somebody that is very, very dangerous, very bad, who target as president, So I mean, there's a need. We hope that this will go down, to the bottom. We'll get all of the detailed information. If he has the evidence to provide, we want to see it. We want to see it.
So he's been given for the 8 hours.
That is a 2 day plus,
Yeah, that's just 2 days. So for the 8 hours, so I think it's starting today up to tomorrow. The first thing they are telling him is to go back on the radio to retract the statement. If not, they'll file a lawsuit against him. So a letter was written to let me get it straight. So, in a formal communication issued Wednesday, that was yesterday, by Tom Ya Legal Consultancy and Arbitration Chambers, the EPS director, through his legal counselor, Kabina Janet, demanded a public retraction, from Mr. Nangbe within 48 hours, warning of possible legal consequences if the demand is not met. So Eugene has been given 48 hours, and this stems from his appearance on the 31st of this last month, March, in an interview with OKFM. That's the evening hour with Julius J. So the chief of staff alleged that the EPS director kept a photograph in his bedroom depicting a gun at former President Weah. So you're getting the whole story. The photograph is in the EPS bedroom, according to Eugene.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The photograph is in his bedroom with the gun at former President Weah. I don't know at the time he was president. I don't know at the time he had not taken seat, or at the time he was not in power.
So it is. I mean, I want to get something straight here. The photograph is in the bedroom of Eugene or
No.
Semge.
Eugene is saying that the photograph is in
The bedroom of
the bedroom of
Semge.
Semge.
How you managed to see it? How you managed to know that?
So and that's why
You been there before?
that's why. Yeah, but these are all colleagues now. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So in a letter written to by Tonya Legal Consultancy and Arbitration Chambers, it says that the law in our jurisdiction is that injury may be offered to a person's reputation when an untrue allegation or defamatory utterance is made against said person, which has the tendency to injure the person's societal standing and public reputation. You know, sometimes people will say, "Oh, this was just a statement made, so you cannot have to, or you don't have to go after it."
Yeah.
Imagine since the 31st of last month, so they have been going through this recording. You know, it was something that many followed, even those that are even follower of OK, they had to follow it because it was announced that he was appearing.
So many people grew, to their
Yes.
monitor.
So in making that kind of statement, Semge will have his colleagues that were monitoring. They said, "Oh man, this statement made, you don't have to take it lightly." Yes, you have to come in the public to speak. So for him, he has to pass through his lawyer to inform Eugene to give him 48 hours to retract the statement. And if he doesn't do, it means that he will have to prove that in court.
Yeah.
So will Eugene do that? Will he come in the public to tell the public that indeed I was wrong to say this? I said it out of anger, or he's going to stand on his ground?
That's another thing,
Yeah, he's going to stand on his ground that indeed this is what I stand for, and it is true. I have evidence, all of that. So I know, because by you coming in the public to say some things, you may have had sufficient evidence.
Yeah.
And then you come up with the public because you have something to back your claims.
Yes, before saying that.
Yes, you cannot just say something to do that. But my problem is current and past officials. We are not enemies. We understand the politics, but sometimes we shouldn't allow the politics to carry us
Bring our
at
emotions.
certain points,
Yeah,
that we don't have control. Even those who currently working in this government, They sometimes speak to the former president as though he now served this country. The issue with the vice president, the former vice president, those who in this current government, the way in which they carried the message was not proper. And we discussed it, we said the lily is right and our benefits should be given. So even those who in leadership, those who are in leadership, the leaders themselves have to tell them how to engage leaders.
Yeah.
And these are things we should be practicing. We shouldn't always be angry with things. For example, you are in government. You working, you're getting your salaries. So those who are not in government, when they're seeing the wrong thing happening and they're talking it, we know you will have to come and defend.
Mm-hmm.
But in your defense, make sure you be constructive.
Yeah.
Those who are not in power, there are people that are already angry. Even the citizens themselves that voted this government.
They are even angry, you know.
Yeah. There are some things that you're doing, they don't like. So they too, they are angry. So when they're saying it to you, don't see them as opposition. Man, you have to come back 2029. So please, let's be civil in addressing some of these things. Let's be civil in engaging our leaders. If somebody never did it before, so it shouldn't be a payback.
We shouldn't allow emotions to carry all away. Man.
Your aim of coming into government is to change what was not done, or what was done wrongly. Or it is also to do things that were not done as well by the past administration.
To read the wrongs.
But if you come and using the same book, and people are saying it doesn't show that, oh, you are not working, no, for you to even go and so on. Just the same as those that were in power. If you're in power, you had the opportunity to do some things. But if you did not do that and others are doing it and it's hurting you, know how to address it.
Yeah.
We shouldn't allow anger to make us to say some things that will find it difficult to even defend in the public. You should know that people, especially when you, as prominent as you are going on the radio to speak, people will follow you. Every word that comes from your mouth, it will be checkmated. So you need to be very careful when you go in the public to speak. That's why on open lines, in making up your statement, you should be constructive. Because we ourselves, we say it should be peaceful. So we don't allow you to come here to say something against someone on this radio while we're here. We'll have to post up to you to tell you that this is why it should be done.
Yeah.
So we'll take just few calls, and then by 9 o'clock we'll usher in our guest for today. She's Marvelyn Lepukoy, and she's co-chair of the Bon County Council, and she also represents women too in Bon County. So today we are going straight into Bon County. So we'll take just few calls on this matter, and then we'll usher in our guests. You can call us on 07779079007, 07779079007. Call and let's hear you. What message you have for current and past officials, especially those who enjoy and those who were enjoying and they are no longer enjoying. They are seeing their friends enjoying and they are getting angry.
You know, it is an issue of politics. I hear people saying it is politics. I mean, Liberia is our country. You have your political party. You are for the UP, you know, usually called in UPist, you know, you are for the CDC sedition. If you have, if you are sedition, no, I don't think I have reaction.
Yeah, we actually
Bwakahen too.
No, Bwakahen.
Oh, Bwakahen. Okay. I mean, if you are a sedition, and then now we have a unity party government, if they are doing the rightful thing, come on and say it. Don't say because I'm a citizen, I will never. No,
No, always look at
they are
it.
Liberian.
They always look at it. But you
You cannot do that.
cannot press people too much too as well now. When you try to as opposition, yes, other countries it happens,
We
but
appreciate you.
in Liberia it's just difficult. Even those who in government never had a time to praise the past government for certain thing that the past government did right. You didn't see them praising.
Yeah, well, it
In
is.
fact,
Yeah.
we said it before that after election, we need reconciliation to call all participating political parties. You call all of them to have a dialogue. How can we move this country forward? We know that you have your agenda, and those opposition parties are coming will not take your agenda, will not change your agenda, but tell them about this your agenda, how to move forward.
Yeah.
I think we saw that during the regime of former President George Weah. I think that dialogue was held at Berekasa, even though others did not attend, but all political parties attended, and it was just for once. But this one, we have never seen that, and the president told us this year that he is focusing on reconciliation. That's one of the arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Issue of reconciling, I mean, it's very important.
So
It's very important. We bring everybody together.
the process has not been initiated. So we look forward to that. So you can call us on 07779079070, 07779079070, and we just thought to bring this to your attention, especially what has happened and what is about to happen, because if this is not done by the chief of staff, it means that legal action will be awaiting him. So it is something that we want all of you and all of us, those of you who supporting political parties. For us, we are not political party supporters, so we just come in the public to caution all of you that indeed learn how, or just be civil. Just be civil in your arguments. Sometimes, some people, you go to intellectual forum, people are angry. So
I mean, you can see the emotion in
yeah,
them.
you should also be careful how you. In fact, when you notice that someone is more than angry,
just leave them.
walk away.
Yeah.
Yes, because if you stay there, you don't know what will happen next. Yeah, so please, we just caution all of you to just be on your guard as we go on. We are all Liberians, and sometimes most of the callers they can call here, especially for those who supported this current government. They always calling the one that the government is not doing right. They will say it. And if someone will say we supported this government, but not for this cause, and that's how it should be.
Yeah,
Not because if for someone and the person is doing wrong,
people,
then be praising the person.
Be blown, yes. Go
No.
out and see it.
So you can call us on 0777 907 907 0777 907 907 while we are with our guests. We'll be taking your calls as we await our guest until she arrives. We'll be taking your calls this morning. So you can call us on 0777 907 907. Sam Gay is or has given Eugene Nangbe 48 hours to retract a statement that Sam Gay is having a photo in his bedroom pointing a gun at former President George Weah. So Sam Gay is saying that if this information is not true, and Eugene should come in the public to retract it. If not, you will go to court. But we are just warning other officials of government to just make sure that these things are not in the public. Okay, let's take this call. Good morning. Okay. This person drop the line. Let me take this one. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, call us on 07779079070. 07779079070. He'll be live on the radio this morning as we discuss Liberia in totality. We are just questioning our officials, both past and current, to be civil because their supporters are looking up to them. Whatever they do, they also copy them. So as you're doing it, make sure you do it properly. And the president should have appeared yesterday on Truth FM, but again the appearance was cancelled. It was not postponed though, but it was cancelled.
Cancel, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even learned that they send an advanced team, to prepare the area, but all of a sudden, the information came out that the interview would not, be conducted. I don't know what went wrong, but howbeit, another information came out concerning our dinner.
Yeah.
I think it's today. Yeah,
Of course, yes.
I don't know if they even have received invitation. Yeah, because I learned that it is in the very, very selective. They are going to be sending communication to some media institutions that they believe and they trust in this country.
Okay. So yeah, so let's try to let's take this break. Let's take this short break. We'll come back. We'll take our guests, but let's take this break with this song. Pikin, pape look at me, pape don't look at my black face, oh, pape look at my heart, oh, hey, Jehovah, hey, our Father, you are the koyon, oh, look at my heart, oh, you are the koyon, my baby, choka, mama, kisama, pale, kuseko, alafi, oh, sisi, kabale, I wake up, I won't start my day, my pape get keke, my oh, my crib, and I'm going to school, so I pick up champia, oh, brushing all of people, place all in my hands, for what it to do, I looking for money, I looking for food, listen to I looking for some innocent for my susu card, I won't go to school, pape, lay up, picking, pape, look at me, pape, don't look at my black face, oh, pape, look at my eyes, hey, Jehovah, hey, our Father, you are the koyon, oh, look at my eyes, oh, pape, lay up, picking, pape, look at me, pape, don't look at my black face, oh, pape, look at my eyes, oh, hey, Jehovah, hey, our Father, you are the koyon, oh, look at my eyes, oh. I want the blessing, the money, the car, and the horse. I want motor to do high see. Okay, folks. Let me just inform you that our guests, due to some circumstances, she won't be in person in studio, but we will be speaking with her online this morning, and she just informed us that she won't be in person. But again, the thing that matters right now is the information and what has been happening. So she's now on the line. Marvelyn, good morning, and you're live on Bliss FM this morning.
Good morning, Alexander. Good morning, Blaze FM, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia and our listening audience across the globe. Not forgetting our county, Bom County.
Okay, so you are the co-chair on the Bond County Council, and
Yeah.
you also representing the women of Bond County. So how is the council?
Yes, the council is doing well. I must commend that we are doing well. Though there will be challenges, but we are doing well.
So tell us about this council. Why was it organized?
Okay, the county council was as sub legislators to make sure that the issue of administration be decentralized,
Okay.
so that no more we can have everything done on a national stage, but that the people themselves will feel the 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 benefits of the impact the government or concessions or businesses are doing within their various counties.
Mm.
From this backdrop, such was established.
Okay.
And from that,
Mhm.
the LGA instructed each county that in order for us to have a local council, we should have 9 persons. Those 9 persons comprises of 2 from the youth, that is a male representing the male youth, a female representing the female youth, which I'm thankful to God for being representing the female youth of Bond County. And the women got 1 representative. For Bond County is a female as well. The civil society have 2 representatives, 1 male and 1 female. And then the chiefs, there are 2 chiefs, they are 2 males, and we have 1 elder, which is a female. So making the total, and the people of disability, living with disability, 1 person, making the total member on the council 9. And luckily for Bond County, we are 4 women on the council. So
Okay.
that is how the council was formed.
Okay. So tell us about the latest decision by the council to or electing 128,000 Nigerian. What is the issue surrounding this amount?
Oh, thank you very much. The council met on Monday and there were budget passed because the law say the superintendent, once you have any developmental agenda, she should have it in black and white and submit it to the local council.
Okay.
So the superintendent, in person of Lolia Norris, she presented to us. And one of those on the presentation listing was the renovation of the presidential compound that she requested 315,000 United States dollars. But that amount, when it was taken to committee room by the 9-man council, came down to 280,000
Okay,
on that.
280.
Yeah,
Okay.
the renovation of the presidential compound.
Hmm.
And for such, we were 9 and 2 voted against. That is Marvely and H. Lepoka, the vice chair on the council, along with Quita Miller, Councilwoman Quita Miller, from the angle of the civil society.
So why did you vote against?
As a council member who remains deeply committed to the people of Bond County, I could not in good conscience support the approval of 280,000 for the renovation of the presidential palace. An amount that was initially proposed, like I said, was 315,000. Though the figure was reduced, it still reflects a decision that does not align with the current priority needs and reality faced by the people of Bond County.
Hmm.
So that was the reason that I voted against. Bond County has 14 administrative districts, each with a population that continues to grow. Yet none of these districts have fully equipped health facilities capable of adequate treatment for residents. Maternity mortality remains alarming high,
Hmm.
not due to a lack of willpower from our health workers. No, not our health workers doing that, but because of poor infrastructure, inadequate supplies, and limited access to emergency response, along with drugs in this hospital. Too often, women in labor are turned away from the clinics or are forced to give birth on the floor due to overcrowding and lack of proper beds or delivery materials. You see, these are some of the reasons oxygen tanks are either absent or insufficient in the country major hospitals. Incubator, because there are times women can't give birth prematurely, these children have to be placed in the incubator.
Mm.
Incubator for premature babies are too few, leading to avoidable death that could be avoided. It have been carried on because of these things. Because basic healthcare is out of reach. The people don't have that. And I feel that such amount of money should be deferred. In emergency situation, family are told to purchase fuel before an ambulance can be departed. Can you
Wow.
imagine? Yes. And even when the ambulance arrives, it is often poorly maintained, unequipped to handle critical cases. Imagine the pain of a mother watching her child die, not because there is no hospital, but because the ambulance had no fuel or the clinic had no oxygen. It's so pathetic as a young woman who knows what it takes to be a mother. With all of these, I cannot sit in my conscious mind to allow such a lonesome amount to be used for the renovation of the presidential compound. Beyond the failing health sector, many communities in Bong County still drinking from creeks and
Okay.
open sources water, exposing them to waterborne diseases. With such an enormous number of money, we could begin a safe drinking water project, drill borehole, establish purification system for transform life instantly. We could do that.
Okay.
Let's talk about education.
Mm-hmm.
Schools in rural districts still lack basic materials, furnitures, sometimes even teachers, because these teachers complain that they are not on payroll. These students sit on the bare floor. Youth unemployment continues to soar. Instead of funding initiatives to empower our young people through vocational training or entrepreneurship, we are prioritizing the renovation of a building that is seldom used and is not directly serving the daily needs of our people.
Okay.
This is something that my conscience couldn't set me right. Even the very nurse during the previous administration worked so dirty, who sometimes out of frustration bring politics into treatment, are underpaid, under-supported, and overworked. Many of them fought for this government in hopes of a better future today. They feel abandoned. The CB Doma Hospital, the hospitals. I think if you are following Bong County politics, you listing at certain point in time. Even in Menkwe, we had a government hospital where a commotion broke out through the den. One of the nurses, Nurse Martha Murray, who is now the deputy minister for administration at the county at the national level.
Mm-hmm. Menstrual health.
Yeah, Ministry of Health. Yes, the presidential palace is a national property, but its renovation is not urgent.
Okay.
Honestly, it is not urgent. The last time it was touched was under the GSA service, not Bong County. If it belongs to the Ministry of State, let them prioritize and fund its renovation, not the people of Bong County who are already burdened with unmet needs. Bong is not poor. We are resourceful.
Mm.
We are strong and we are blessed with talent and potential. But if our leaders continue to prioritize prestige projects over the lives and well-being of the people, then falling, we are failing in our mandate. I
Okay.
believe in development,
Okay.
but development must be people-centered, not political motivated or elite-driven.
Okay. As
This is
as
why
mhm, as member of the council, Were
Yeah.
you able to put forth any recommendation with regards to this, and what was the response?
Yes, like it is obviously said that the minority will have the say and the majority will have the way. All of what I'm telling you, I pour for it before my fellow councilmen. But we are in democracy. We have to vote. And sadly, the vote did not go our way. In
Okay.
spite of all of the the reality we put on the table, we were only two female who were able to vote against. That is why I voted no to the passage of that form. Because while building, can't wait, life cannot wait. So that was the reason why I voted against.
I mean, okay. So I want to get something straight here. You have a council, and this council, you have members who come together to make decision. Do you think
Yeah,
the decision they made, I mean, do you think is not in the interest of the people of Bond County? Is that what you think?
like I rightly stated, I said this decision is not directly benefiting the people of Bond County. And we as local government council, we are there to prioritize the need of the common people, making them to feel the direct impact of the president and the direct impact of funding that are generated from their own source.
Hmm.
So the renovation of this compound is not in any way directly benefiting the people of Bond County. That is what I think.
Okay.
And that is the reality. This is not something that we are imagining. You see it clear. You journalists, you are seeing it clear that that is the reality.
Okay. So, is this the first decision by the council that you ever opposed, or there have been several decisions that you are not been agreeing to?
Yeah, this is not the first decision that we have not agreed on. There are other decisions that we also again have, and some other talk behind the scene.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, we have to have uh, it possibly, but this is so huge. Those other ones were minor, I feel, but this is so huge for which we have to stand out and let the public know that absolutely this is not acceptable.
So, what is the relationship with the between the council and that of the county administration?
The relationship of the council and that is the county administration or the national representatives and senators, I believe it is cordial
Okay.
because at no point in time we have had confrontation. No, they are not saying our role. Our role is the county, just the county. Yeah, and how we doing this to the office of the Supreme.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So, with the issue of health education in Bond County being lacking behind, what are other issues that you think the council will have to look into?
Yeah, the issue of roads, farm to market roads.
Okay.
But this is not something that we come up. We are just working locally. The county has a county development officer who is clothed with the responsibility of making sure going in the 14 administrative district of Bum County, getting those priority developmental needs of the people, bringing it and making submission to his boss, which is the superintendent, and the superintendent bringing it to us for clarity, for us to go through it to see the present need before we can give her the mantle of authority to get the cash and to carry on the implementation.
Okay. Okay, so just before we leave you now, just tell us what you have last to say.
What I have to say last is that to listening audience, that we are in a country where the president, this regime has said that we should prioritize the arrest agenda. And from that backdrop, I stand firm on the council that the agenda of the president will be prioritized. And that is why we stood firmly against the renovation of the presidential compound, though it is needed, but it is not urgent and it is not the people that needs to do that. Is Ministry of State, because that is the property of Ministry of State. So I want to say that we will always speak when it is necessary, and we are there to represent the people as a young person, and that is why we were sent there for.
Okay, Madeline, thank you so much for being present on the show, even though you were expected in
Yeah,
studio.
yes. And I want to apologize for that. And I look forward to the time that we will be in person
Okay.
where we can have a lengthy discussion and open the line for the people to have their say and their views as well. Thank you ever so much to Blaze FM Online. And thank you to the peace loving people of Liberia, in and outside Liberia, and not forgetting our beloved county, Bom County.
Thank you.
Have a God bless day.
Okay, so she's Madeline Lepukoi, and she's the co-chairperson of the Bon County Council. They're speaking, and Mandy, listen to her.
Yeah, Alex, the issue she is pushing forth is very, very cardinal, very, very important. There is a need that, the council, try to cater to the lives of the people, to health, and as well, the issue of education is very important. But, man, like she said, we are in a democratic process. We are in a democratic state, and people go through the issue of election, who are in favor of XYZ. You have people voting, and so the majority voted for the renovation of a presidential palace there in Bangabon County. But she is saying no. There's a need that you cater to the health of the people here. There are several health facilities in the county that are not up to standard. They need equipment, and there's a need that try to allocate some funds for that. The building can be here. Next time we can get some money, and try to renovate the building. But the lives of the people, it's very, very, very important. That's a very good point from her. But mind you, it is you have majority and minority, and and I talk about majority might go to the house, so you have people voting, and so they voted that yes indeed, let us renovate the presidential palace, and so she has no option.
And they are 9 persons, so there were only 2 that are opposed to that, and majority decision stands as well.
Yeah.
So it is a good issue that she raised, a good recommendation that she put forth, and the issue of renovating presidential palace is something good, but I think the money is kind of huge. 280,000. In fact, I was previously saying 180.
280,000.
280,000.
So first it was 315,000.
Yeah, 315,000.
And they reduced it to 280,000.
280,000 dollars to renovate a building.
Is that an upstairs building or what?
So whether it is downstairs,
how many rooms it is? You need to look at some of these
the
things.
thing that is the priority of the county, like she said.
Okay.
Bon County, in fact, Phoebe, CB Domba, all of the hospitals, they always complain about drugs lacking.
Ambulance, you got to take your own money and buy fuel to put in the ambulance.
That is not just only Bon County. Other counties experiencing the same thing. Ambulance, you have to call, buy your own fuel before they take you somewhere.
21st century in
It is
Liberia.
not something. This is not just it is not just happening in this, even past governments. But if this money will be even divided into two, you have like 140,000.
Yeah.
You can start the renovation, but at least let those who go into the hospitals all of the time,
Get jobs. You know.
when they go there, then they get drugs.
Yeah.
And in fact, the current Deputy Minister for Administration, Martha Morris, is from Bon County. But during the campaign, they were at certain clinic. In fact, they were more of like protesting.
Okay.
But at least she's closer now to administration, to government. We shouldn't be, and they are just there. We have Prince Moe, who is serving as senator and chair.
I think recently one of the representatives from Bon County brought a group of people from Spain to carry on.
That's
I think,
Prince Moe.
Yeah.
But the county administration, headed by the superintendent, came up with this budget that 315,000 should be used for renovation.
Yeah.
It was sent to the council. The council had the discussion in the committee room, and the money came out to 280,000. Mind you, when people are allotting budgets for certain projects, especially in Liberia because of corruption, they will inflate it
Exactly.
to get the per diem. So if you have someone opposing, especially you don't have, you who are not in numbers, you will just be wasting your time. All the people know they're getting at something.
Go ahead, you know.
And when you take when they give accounts, they cannot use money for some to leave, for them to come back to the public and say, okay, we estimated this amount, but at least we were able to use so amount. There's a balance.
No.
They will do a report, check and balance.
They won't do that.
It will just fit on the 280.
Yeah.
But they want it carrying. Sometimes even more than the one they will use to do the renovation. Bad drugs
Use your
make
beds.
the hospital comfortable for people.
Bringing more beds for patients.
They should talk about education. The rural areas, not just Bon County, but in Liberia, they are facing serious problem. Some students sitting on floor. Like we saw the photos from District 2 in Nimba County.
Yeah.
And you'll see the blackboard cut into two. It just piece, just, oh God. Then you are allotting 280,000 USD
Just for a building.
just to renovate building. How many times the president will have to go there to so who is going to be all? It's good to do renovate. These are all things that can make it beautiful.
I know very well that Eddie was driving at that point. Who is going to be living in there?
You cannot be carrying out renovation, then somebody is dying at the hospital. No drugs, no material to take care of the person. But because you want to benefit something from that particular amount, you will put your all into it. You don't care about the people's health. And this is just normal thing in Liberia. That we will always just do it. We'll get our cut. We go. We don't want to know.
Yeah.
But this money that we're getting from this budget, we're going to use it to get better treatment for ourselves and for our children. But those who cannot afford will not be the ones that will be suffering. CB Doma, people always complain.
Insufficient beds, for
Of
patients
course.
going there.
You know what 280,000 will do for hospitals in Bon County? Even though the county has budget for health. But how much? So the county is responsible to do the renovation. Like you said, the Minister of State. Oh God.
And it is, she even mentioned the issue of farm to market roads. There's a need that they also address that. Also, you have farmers who are, producing crops. They need to be exported. They need to be brought to market. And so there's a need that farm to market roads be, very pliable, so they
You
can try to move that.
you are superintendent for Bon County. You're not superintendent for Banga. Banga guy is own administration. That's the city mayor. But the issue of renovation for the renovation of the presidential palace, the superintendent should get involved because she's the head of the county.
Yeah. 40 should be, she should be fully involved
So
into it.
you should not, it shouldn't just be Banga Edun, but you go to other areas to meet the needs of others. Even if it is not your work to do it for your people. If the needs arises, because you cannot be in position, have lawmakers in the various districts. We have senators, 2 senators.
Yeah.
You as a superintendent, you have a budget for the county. You didn't say for only one area or the capital city. You say for the county. What are you doing? You even going ahead putting forth. This issue was raised recently first, before even the council could get involved. That citizens were even against this idea. 315,000 USD just to renovate. Anyway, this is Liberia.
That's a very huge.
This is Liberia, where I always say this. Anything is possible.
It's even possible that the 280,000, the people will say, let us just use 200,000 to renovate 80,000, which is,
It may not even reach 200,000.
God, the issue of corruption is all over.
You as a county, you have people in a county that are working. You have people in the county, companies operating in the county. You have business people in the county. So you have the right to also go to the company that's in the county. Oh man, this is what we want to do. We want to make our county beautiful. So we want you to help us.
Yeah.
We want you to procure so and so amount of paint, so and so amount of this. These people will do it. If you even tell them, say, oh, we want drugs in so and so area,
they will do it. As long as they are there, getting some revenue.
But again, this is what when the money is there, you cannot just go to 380,000, 280,000. You use it on your own. You have to put in some kind of project's name, so that you'll be able to get hold of what you want. Because if you just go in the cover and just use it yourself, for you to even give account of it will be high. You will not have people to protect you, but you have to put it in the name of projects. And sometimes when you see the money no call, when you see the money projects, you feel discouraged. You just know straight that corruption taking place. But this is Liberia. People always fight to come to power to eat their own. And this is the mindset that we have as citizens. We cannot go now to self until politicians have made government position to be like the only place of survival. That if you don't work in government, you cannot survive.
That's
so for that reason, they will try by all means.
Exactly.
They will insult. They will close their eyes. Even those
That's the area I was driving, Alex. By all means, they will try to get in position.
And I don't have to blame them. Even our lawmakers, the way they're doing the position of a lawmaker to be like. It just clearly tells you that you have to travel all means to be representative or you be senator.
I mean, the money you get
The money is
too
wasting
much.
here.
Yes,
The
it's
money
too
is
much.
in this house.
Reduce it and see.
So
Nobody will be
you see
going there.
people fighting for just a position, not just a position, but the benefits that are attached to this position.
Mhm.
That's why you see people always be fighting, and that's why the mindset is already there. Liberians, the only place of survival is the legislature and to go into government. So for that reason, when your party is contesting, you have to clash. Some of them will not even speak to their own parents
Mhm.
because their parents will be against their idea and their decision. When they win, they sit down. They are forgetting about themselves. In election, sometimes if I make, for example, if I make Mendy time for election because of the money,
Mm.
Mendy will say, but Ravi, don't forget about that thing. I'm going on the other side.
Yeah.
Because he believes that when he goes there, he will definitely survive. Because that's the only place of
There'll
survival.
be some benefit, you know.
And that's why people will always be fighting. You'll see supporters of a party will be going after big people who will not even have regard for people again.
Mhm. Politics, you know.
So this is what happened in Bon County. You just listen to her, Kinde. You listened to their decisions to oppose the approval of the $280,000 to renovate the presidential palace in Banga, Bon County. She's saying that she wanted this amount to be transferred to the various hospitals, to be distributed on the various hospitals for beds, for medicines, fuel for ambulances, at least for citizens to get better health. Even schools. And everything will not just be government. And that's why you are appointed to represent government. But again, this is where we are, and this is Liberia. Call us on 0777 907 907 0777 907 907. You listened to Maveline, and you listened to their recommendations or decision to oppose the approval of the 280,000 just to renovate a presidential palace. And she said it should have been something that will have been sent to the various hospitals to improve the hospitals with drugs, equipment, beds, even to make the environment conducive, especially for pregnant women. They find it very difficult to as well. So call us on 0777 907 907. What do you make of her statements and what recommendations you have for the administration of Bon County? And this is just something that's happening in Bon County. Other counties doing the same thing because this is a government and they are working with the arrest agenda. So call us on 0777 907 907 0777 907 907. You'll be live on the radio this morning on Blaze 90.7. Just also know that the Blaze Cash giveaway is on. All you have to do is to dial star 799 star 60 hash. Let's take our very first caller this morning on this show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to make my input on the your studio guest decision she took concerning the plan of developing Bon County's House of or the Palace.
Mhm.
Well, I listened to her keenly, and I refer to her as one of the patriotic brain of Bon County.
Okay.
Her decision is very sensitive and it is citizen based. You know, sometimes we are complaining that Liberia is not going anywhere. Liberia is not developing is because of selfish decisions of leaders.
Mm.
If you analyze that project, that the money they are allocated to that project, that money is just a kind of a budget that is set for their different or activities, different works they want to do.
Mhm.
Some want to build houses, some want to acquire businesses. This is why they set that budget, and they know that that particular county right now needs money for those things that she mentioned: education, health, roads that she added, farm, even farm. We talk about agricultural development now,
Mhm.
and that budget could be channeled in those directions. What the building can provide for an individual to change that old lady who sits there have nobody to help her, that little child who has no money to go to school, what that building, the beauty of that building can do for the child. So I think what she has said is the best decision, but she said one word there, and this is what people are saying all over the county. Minority will make their noise. They will talk all what they want to talk,
The majority of
but
the day.
their way.
Mm.
Sometimes you see the idea is plain. Whether the majority want to have their way, but in this particular condition, this situation, that the majority will not be have. Let us squash that issue. Let us go back on the drawing table and try to allocate this budget in different areas. Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, so
Thank you.
that's my recommendation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Call us on 07779079070. 07779079070. You'll be live on the radio this morning. Let's hear you. What do you make of her statement or decision to oppose a whooping $280,000 to renovate the presidential palace in Bangabong County? And she said this money could be directed to health, education, farm to market road. So this is the statement, and they have already taken the decision. So the renovation process will have to start because the money has been approved. What do you make of the county administration's decision to have this amount?
Yeah, 280,000.
315,000, and the council had to cut it down. That will take about 35,000 out. Yeah. Call us on 07779079070, 077907907. You'll be live on the radio this morning. Let's hear you, and I think you listened to her. It is something that is concerning, and of course, it is all of us business. Let's hear you this morning. We saw the Bon County Senator Kamala with some specialists. But anyway, somebody say it is political, so we don't know the ambition for 2029. But let's go back to the phone and speak to this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, live. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Manuel Stubborn
Go ahead.
calling from Kingsville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I listened to your studio guest. She spoke well, and some things she said is good. But you see, the superintendent, the budget that the people made for the renovation of the presidential palace, the deduction they made inside were necessary for the 250,000.
280.
But 280,000. Okay. You see, when it comes to development, the presidential palace have been abandoned for over a long time,
Okay.
from heading time up to present. You go there, you see the place, it's almost like a ghost camp.
Okay.
And where president go and rest, it can be like that.
Mm-hmm.
The superintendent of Bon County is doing well.
Okay.
He's doing well. You go Banga, you see the superintendent compound and the administrative building. The place is in order. But we are talking to our people to see how best to renovate that place. At least sometime when the president go, they can be president can go in the county and be looking for guest house. and they sleeping in hotel
So
where we got a presidential palace.
yes, we agree that indeed there's a need to renovate the presidential palace, but is it timely now?
Yes, it's timely.
Okay.
It's timely. The development not only go to only for the to the hospital, to the roads.
Okay.
It got different angle for the development to go. When it's going somewhere, let's appreciate it
Okay.
and say yes, let it be that way. You see, I applaud Senator Moe for the few days free surgical operation that were going on at the city Doma.
Yeah.
He did well for the Bongis and other Liberians from different counties.
Okay.
They
Thank
were
you.
able to go there and get a free medication and free surgery. As I speak to you, my mother were in a scene in a scene thing.
Okay. Thank God.
That particular program, she was inside, and thank God she went through and everything was done. So I say I applaud the senator for what he did.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank God Mother came through as well. Good morning.
Yeah, Nelly,
Yes, good morning, Pastor.
thank you. It's family. I mean, everything in the government is family. Everything. So they're
Pastor
working on the
Obi.
agenda. Even though we're supposed to have major and minor priorities. So you 250 or more to renovate the presidential palace because the president will rest in the midst of all the deplorable conditions affecting the schools and health hospital. It's timely. Simply because when the president goes in Bronx, you're not supposed to go to guest house. So we're supposed to renovate the presidential lodge. It is very timely. The president's security also in the country matters. That's why he brought 2 lectures. As timely as it is, when people at the university cannot even get their benefits. And there are plans for go-to. Yes, it's timely. Because we support a government. You see, look, we hurting ourselves every day and we think we're doing it to other people. All of us. You heard the lady say there are issues. Even the president, the superintendent compounds can host the president. The superintendent compounds can host the president. I'm not saying it's not good, but you ask, is it timely? All of us people who support the rescue mission will say, yes, it's timely. That's why when the issue of the car thing, they say, yeah, the president together, although has any president been robbed, who the president of the country that served, and they've been chased after. Nobody. I stand to be corrected. I mean, but they still defended that. Yesterday, it was wrong for somebody to even be a single house to live. Today, we're supposed to build a presidential mansion now for more than 250,000. This is the country for all of us. So yes, I'm enjoying him. Anything you're doing in your country is family. And you're working on your
Thank you.
agenda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's gonna be interesting.
Go also 077907907 077907907 and you'll be live on the radio.
You know, it is if the county, have some money for health, we can say that's no problem. If there's a budget there and the budget is enough, there's no problem. But I mean, prioritizing or building or the lives of people, I mean, I think it's very, very ridiculous. And I think they should try to allocate some funds for the health sector there. Hospitals and facilities need to get more beds, more drugs to, cater to the lives of the people there. I think this is very, very important.
So call us on 0777907907907. I can remember anyway. Let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you're live.
Yeah, I'm Moses Thomas calling from Sugar Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And brother, what my father just said is very, very calming. Hey, Martin, 6 months, no quarry in the University of Liberia, no water. Teachers not taking pay, a lot of money just for presidential party and hospital, no drugs, nothing is in the hospital. What my sister says is the reference people also for the people to do. Take the money and use it on the hospital. Yeah, teacher to the university is not taking pay for 6 months since November. They are taking a huge amount of money to go renovate. Somebody own an old house for president to live in. Then people dying in this country. I'm very so funny, man.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So call us on 0777907907077 90790. It is in Nimba. They have the superintendent compound and administrative building.
Okay.
But anytime a personnel goes in Nimba, at the time, especially when I can remember in 2010, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had to sleep in the superintendent's compound.
Okay.
Because the way in which it was structured, there was no specific area called presidential palace. Well, all our areas get presidential palace that they have to renovate. Good morning.
Morning, brother.
Yes, live.
Okay, I'm Thomas, calling from Timber Village. Sorry, I don't want to just a little bit, please. Just a question I want to put to you guys because there are certain things that I don't understand. I'm working somewhere and I was sick on the job and they just put me down without. I spent 8 years with the entity and certain time came I started feeling blue vision. So I'm treating myself, I'm doing well, but the proprietors telling me that she already replaced me and so I didn't get nothing. I got all my ID card, I got everything, every document. So I don't know which step really I should take.
Okay.
Were
you employed?
Yeah.
No, they never employ us.
Were you given contracts?
Yeah, they gave the first time, almost 5 years ago, they gave contract one time. Since that, we have never received any contract again.
Okay.
Yes.
But you inform them that yes, indeed, that you are ill and you are battling sickness and you'll be back.
Yeah, she even helped me. The first time I got ill, she helped me, and I started my treatment. But now I'm doing well. But she told me that she will not be able to take me again. Okay. And just like that, so I will just work all that year, and they will just put me down. Whether it's forbidden by Liberia law for me to go and ask for something.
Yeah, so just go to the ministerial complex, and yes, one of these buildings you have Ministry of Labor. Go there, you get an advance.
All right, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alex. Good morning to Mandy and the management.
Good morning, Derek.
My name is Derek Zina and I joined for this 2 this morning. Liberians, we have come a long way. We need to be rational enough. We need to be consultants. We need to be sensitive for the kind of issues. I listen to somebody talking about the money is taken to be presidential palace. I mean, there's a book to JFK or all places, right?
Yes, the JFK. They talk about hospitals in Bon County. We're discussing Bon County.
Every major agency have budget. Okay? And somebody say, people at the university, they are not taking pay. They have 2 groups of people at the university that are teaching. You have the employees and you have the contractors. Okay, so everybody, every major agency have budget. So if Minister A is saying, we are not taking a pay, we shouldn't tie to the president. Can we go to that ministry and ask the head of that ministry, where's the budget to run the ministry? But everything we should blame on the president. for example, JFK have our own budget. So if doctors are JFK are not taking pay, should we say bucket is responsible, or the managing director at JFK should be responsible for not paying his or her workers?
Okay, so if that is happening, that employees, example at JFK, are not getting paid, and maybe like they are protesting, the president got to get concerned to ask
Yes,
questions.
not fine, not just the president, right, Alex, but even we as citizens, we should get involved. As the director, I mean, how to call it, the MD at JFK, where is the budget to run the hospital? But everything we tie to the president. Okay, if you go to the Ministry of Public Works, they have a budget to run that ministry. So if you don't pay me, I should go to the minister. Where is my pay?
Okay,
But
so
should I go to Buckeye? No.
what is now happening in Bond County? This money is for the county. It's for the county's development. So 350,000 was proposed, and it was sent to the Bond County Council, and the council had to go in meeting to scrutinize this budget and bring it down to 280,000 just to renovate the presidential palace. But the concern from Marveling is that this money we know is meant to renovate this building or the presidential palace, but we cannot do it when our own hospitals, we know that they have ministry get budget. But at least let us do contribution to those hospitals with drugs and the purchasing of beds and all of things to equip our hospital just for our own citizens. It's not that they don't have budget.
Misappropriation. You are doing what you call misappropriation. The money is not intended for hospital. So why should you divert it to the hospital? No.
So
No,
Derek,
hold on. The senator of Bonkanti should go to Dr. Louis Boto, but where's the budget for Bonkanti? Okay, Alex, look, let us stop confusion ourselves here. That's what I said. Every minister agency have budget in the national budget. So if the hospitals in Burma, the Saudi Bonkanti don't have drugs and things, go to Dr. Louis Boto, where is my budget to run the hospital? Or the officer in charge of that hospital, I should go to Dr. Louis Boto, where is the budget for the hospital? Okay, so let us stop misappropriating money from me. Not intended for SYZ military agency. I mean, they see as corruption.
All right, thank you, Derek.
Yeah, that's corruption because the money is not intended for hospital. That's corruption already.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. That's why I say we should be rational.
The issue of prioritizing.
Sometimes, we as citizens of our own countries will have conscience too as well.
Yeah.
Because it's not possible that, for example, the superintendent's daughter will be sick while the renovation is ongoing, but they're sending in the names and the hospital is not available.
Just imagine that.
So
the thing is just simple, right? Let's assume that you have this house, right? And then we're into the winter season, the house is leaking. And then you have, you need to put tire in the house. Which one will you prioritize? It's the same.
So let's just squeeze this one in and just call it a day because we already need time, money.
The act of being rational is to prioritize something over something that is important at a particular time. So the girl is telling you when the budget are submitted, the budget didn't say when you carry money to Bonkanti go build a presidential palace. I mean, the letter is telling you, can we prioritize? Yes, you can divert. Can you prioritize this project over this project? Be rational.
At this time.
Somebody say, yes, at this time. Rational. Somebody is saying, why are we blaming the president? Because only the president can take out the minister. Only the president can take out the director. Only the president can take out the manager. So are we wrong? They work at the word of pleasure. When they hear word and pleasure now, you read this now. There's a word and pleasure of the president. You can cry on now to judgment day with blood. Once the president decides to keep that man in that position, he's dead. Once the president decides to keep that lady in that position, she's dead. It is only the president.
Thank you.
That's why we say he has the power. So it's going to be rational, man. Let's be more rational, man.
Thank you.
We're not tired.
We have to go. Thank you.
Okay, so thanks all of you for your calls. Thanks to you. We have our online Pharaoh as well. Thank you so much for watching Blaze on television and getting all of the happenings. We hope to be back here, on Monday for another fascinating edition of the program, The Blaze on Blaze Radio.
Okay, folks, we'll say thank you so much for those of you that put through your calls, and thanks to those of you that are following us online, and those of you who were just monitoring us. That is how many silent listeners. We'll say thank you so much. The weekend team going to be here tomorrow to drive you through the weekend's edition of the program, The Blaze. Until then, we will meet on Monday. My name is Alexander Zesko, and you can do Blaze different. In Liberia, anything is possible. Up next is Blaze News Summary. Bye-bye. Soldier